The past week in the sneaker community has been full of drama.
What?
It's kind of, sneakers and people who collect sneakers it goes in waves. And right now, I guess let's just call it the epic drama wave, because there's been lots of major YouTubers who are selling collections, major YouTubers who are redoing their formats of their YouTube channels, major YouTubers who are involved in some pretty extensive scams, or were aligned with scams. It's been a crazy, I'd say, 7 to 9 days. Let's start with just the YouTubers selling collections. I'm going to touch on first-hand experience with collections. Let's see. Kicks was the first person who said, I'm selling my collection, over 500 pairs, through Shoezim, what's his name, Cody Geller or something like that, because he wants to pay off his mortgage, I think pay off his parents' mortgage, and give back to his family. I totally get that. I totally get that. And then a few days later, I think 2 days, Fulmer Simpson, kind of the same thing. And his reasoning was because materialistic idea of sneakers just became too much. Which, that can be true. Because I have also sold my collection a previous time myself. Third person was Scoop208. Yesterday announced he's selling his entire sneaker collection due to his personal sneaker group allowing scammer to rip off possibly tens of thousands of dollars because Scoop vouched for him and his credibility and was a part of the attack when people tried to expose. We'll touch on that at the end of this video, though, about the whole Scoop saga, because it goes deep, it's kind of long, and it's kind of juicy. But to revert back, I've been, a few times people have said, you don't have any shoes in your collection older than like 2011, 2012. That's actually true. That's actually true. I think around 2012, I sold my entire collection on eBay. It just became too much, became too big. I was spending too much money. Other priorities in my life at that time were more important than shoes. That was before I started doing the YouTube thing, so obviously nobody knew who I was. Nobody cared. But I made a choice in 2012 to sell my entire collection. But I did keep a couple shoes. I think the only ones I kept from my massive sale that I kept the 2011 Jordan 11 Concords. I kept the 2010 Jordan 11 Cool Grays. From my original collection, the only two shoes that I saved are up here somewhere. My collection is now back up to about 100 pairs. It stays around 100 pairs. I don't go over 100 pairs. If I do, I downsize to about 85 to 90, like automatically, because I can't let the collection get too out of control. In my mind, the most I want is 100 pairs. So I personally, in the past, have sold my entire collection for kind of the same reasons as kind of what Fulmer Simpson and Kicks are doing. Kind of like the same reasons. Family reasons and to pay off some debt with Kicks is what I did. Also, it just became too much. I had too many shoes. I had dozens and dozens and dozens of pairs of DS shoes that were years old. I never wore them. I never was going to wear them, but I kept them. And I doubled up on some of them. And it became too much. So I did what Fulmer did and Kicks did, and I let them all go. So I get what Hess and Fulmer are doing. Scoop selling his collection, supposedly for a different reason. We'll touch on that later in this video. But Kicks, I think he said he's going to keep some pairs. He hasn't said how many pairs he's going to keep. He has said that his YouTube channel is going to kind of transform and become more than just sneakers. I get that. I totally get that. Because sometimes just talking about sneakers, reviewing sneakers, doing unboxings, as a YouTuber, it gets kind of boring and tedious at times, You're just going through the motions. And I get what Hess is coming from. Fomer, he hasn't said exactly what he's going to do with his YouTube channel. He didn't really go into depth, if I remember right. So we'll see what happens with those two guys. Scoop, what happens to his channel, he hasn't really said yet. But it's not an epidemic. Some people have said, what's going on? All the YouTubers are selling their collection. It's only 3 of them right now. There are probably, honestly, 100 YouTubers with, I'd say, 10,000 or more subscribers who have large collections, who aren't selling their collection all in one big push, you know? It's the same way, let's say, if you grew up and you collected baseball cards, and you had a massive collection of baseball cards, because I did actually, like a lot of people did. When you got into your teenage years, late teenage years, I sold them all. I dumped them because I didn't want them anymore. When I was a child, they were awesome. When I grew up, it was just a piece of cardboard with a picture on it that Group A said it had value, and I was in Group B, was like, if you want this value, give me some money, you can have this value. So in life, your tastes change. So after having hundreds of pairs of sneakers for maybe, you know, like Hess kicks for 10, 15 years, he's just burnt out. That happens. But the next topic is the juicy one. Scoop208, Brody Trump, and SneakerLove.com, and even Detroit Kicks. What's the scoop? Play on words. What's going on? Scoop208 aligns himself with DetroitKicks.com, SneakerLove.com. Here's the problem. Detroit Kicks, they've had a problem in the past with scamming their customers. When I say scam, what I'm talking about is they would take pre-orders for shoes, not ship them out, and not give a refund. And people would file a chargeback to get their money back because Detroit Kicks refused to give their money back because their shoes were pending. That's happened a lot. Check their Yelp reviews and you'll see all the scam that Detroit Kicks has done. Scoop, to this day, right now, is still sponsored by DetroitKicks.com. And Scoop has defended them left and right. He said, you know, they got overwhelmed. They couldn't handle the volume, so they fell behind on orders. They fell behind on refunds. But don't worry, they're legit. They got their own store now, or they're working on their own storefront, so it's going to get better. Trust me, Detroit Kicks is a good place to go. To this day, Scoop is still sponsored by DetroitKicks.com, a site that has a problem with scamming people and not wanting to give their money back. SneakerLove.com. Scoop aligned himself with him a couple years ago. Around a year ago, they were running some pre-order problems themselves. People were buying pre-orders, they weren't getting their money back or their product. People having to file chargebacks against Brody Trump, aka SneakerLove.com, same person. Brody Trump is an admin in the Scoop208 sneaker group and owns SneakerLove.com. But his real name is not Brody Trump. His real name, Tasheem Stratton from Albany, New York, who goes by the name Brody Trump and SneakerLove.com. So almost a year ago, this website, Brody Trump and the website, were scamming people. Scoop defended him. Banned people from his group that called out Brody Trump and Sneaker Love. Scoop banned them. It kept happening. I had a couple friends who bought, I think it was moon rocks from the website, and they got fakes. I reached out to Scoop208 over a year ago and said, hey, question, Scoop. I think I hit him on Facebook. I said, hey, question. Why do you align yourself with SneakerLove.com? Why do you promote their add to cart service? Why do you promote their bot? Why do you promote their store when, one, they sell fake shoes, and two, they scam customers on their bot, which doesn't work, and pre-orders? Sometimes they don't send out shoes, and when they do, people get fake. I said, why do you align yourself and your channel with SneakerLove.com? What Scoop told me was, mind your own business and stay in your own lane. Okay? So for the past year, every time that Scoop208 posted a video where he said, hey, if you need an add to cart for the next Yeezy coming out, hit up my bro, hit up my guy, sneakerlove.com. Brody Trump, who is an admin in my group, he will hook you up. He will get you an add to cart pre-order guaranteed. Or if you need a bot, he's got you. Scoop vouched for him for almost 2 years. But for the past year, every video that he vouched for him, I called him out in the video. I said, why do you keep vouching for a known scammer who sells and deals in fake UA shoes? Every time I left a comment on the YouTube video, I'd usually get attacked by, Scoop208 fans for how dare you. If Scoop says they're legit, period. Mind your own business. And I tried to warn people about sneakerlove.com and Brody Trump for over a year now. I've tried to warn people. On my own channel myself, I've hit people up and said they're fake. They sell fakes. I don't remember, but I've had easily a dozen subscribers over the past year email me and ask, is sneakerlove.com, are they legit? And I'd always say, no, do not order from them, period. Don't do it. Every time they always said, well, but Scoop208, he vouches for them. He says they're legit. So if he says they're legit, then they have to be. I'd say, Scoop's full of shit. They're not legit. They have a history of scamming people. I have no idea why Scoop defends this website and Brody Trump. I have no idea. And hopefully people who email me and ask me this, hopefully they listen to me. If not, you got scammed. You played yourself. Don't trust. Just because a person's a big YouTuber doesn't mean that they won't shift to the dark side at times and do some underhanded things. So March 27th, I got hit up by a subscriber and said, hey, Scoop208, I think he's scamming. Brody Trump released a statement, as you see here on the screen. Let me start off by saying this. Had a couple pre-orders that I took, not even more than 10. Couldn't get them all, so of course I outsourced and grabbed a few pairs from a certain dude I know. This dude's been legit for years. Long story short, I sent out the few pairs and turns out he got me on a couple, meaning mixed them with real and fakes. I didn't check them because dude has always been legit. Long story short, I apologize. I've been doing legit business for years and blah, 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 blah. Trust me. And the people who got scammed by him, he states he is not giving out refunds. What he's going to do is give you a free pair of the V2 white ones that come out in April and Jordan 1 Royal add to cart. Sorry, but no refunds, but I'll give you some more fake shoes to make up for it. Deal? That's a good deal. People like me said, why don't you give them their money back? You sold them fake shoes. Give them back your money. Scoop defended him. It was only a couple pairs, guys. It happens. As Scoop said, Brody Trump got. It's not his fault. He's going to make amends and give people a free pair of white V2s and the Royal One for a checkout. It's okay. He's working it out. He's doing the right thing. People like me and other ones were saying, bullshit, he needs to give a refund. So, what happened when people called out Brody Trump and Scoop208 for defending him? What did Scoop and Brody do? They banned those people from the Facebook group, banned them from all communications, and cut them off. A few days later, subscriber posted in the Heatwave group that he received a package from Brody Trump for some Beluga V2s, and they're fake. Wait a minute, Scoop. I thought it was only a couple pairs of fake zebras that Brody Trump sent out by accident. Whoa, here's some fake Belugas, Scoop. Your boy Brody Trump, he's lying. You're covering for him. And what happened? Same thing. Dude got attacked. Scoop and Brody were being pretty much really freaking mean to these people who were asking for help. You guys scammed me. Scoop kept covering for Brody Trump, kept blocking, almost to the point of threatening these people, and it just kept getting deeper and deeper. More people started coming out saying, I got scammed, here's my shoes, help me, somebody. And it got way out of hand. So once it blew up and it got on YouTube and Twitter and Reddit, and Scoop was being called out for being part of the scam, that he had to do something. So he started doing some damage control and promising people that he's going to take care of it. I'm going to take care of it. In the meantime, Brody Trump, snickerlove.com, he goes on vacation. Scoop says he's going on vacation. He's going to be gone for like 4 or 5 days. When he gets back on Tuesday, don't worry, my boy's going to take care of you guys. He's going to give you a refund. One of the people who got a fake pair of shoes was contacting Scoop saying, look, Brody Trump, he's not contacting me back. He's blocked me. He won't answer phone calls. I want my money. So he told Scoop, what can you do? Well, Scoop promised that he will get him his refund. But you had to send back the fake pair of shoes to Brody Trump. And the subscriber for Scoop said, why should I send back a fake pair of shoes to Brody Trump so he can just resell them again to somebody else? Scoop's answer was, fine. If you want to keep that fake pair of zebras, we're going to Scoop said, we are going to deduct $100 from your refund. We, as in him and Brody Trump. I've got screenshots all over the place of communication. I'm going to find it. Hopefully I find it and I'll put it in this video. But he said, we will deduct $100 from your refund if you choose to keep the fake shoes. Here's the problem. These fake shoes coming out of China right now, the best examples, cost around $140. If you buy in bulk, like 100 pairs, they sell them to you for around $100 a pair. So how is it that the number that Scoop208 threw out that we're going to withhold from your refund is the amount that Scoop or Brody, I don't know, one or the other, paid for this fake pair? So in my mind, what this is saying is, look, if you want your refund back, fine. But we're going to withhold the original cost of what these fake shoes cost us. Think about that. Why would Scoop208 withhold $100 from their refund, just a random amount, when that random amount matches the price that would have been paid to buy this fake zebra in bulk? The shit goes deep. Eventually, this Brody Trump, he goes ghost. He just vanishes. I think he used fake names, fake addresses, fake accounts. The dude's like, he's vanished. He's gone. And Scoop's in trouble because everybody knows in the court of law, if you get scammed, that you go after the people in charge. I wrote this out. I'm gonna read back to you. I posted this on Scoop's sneaker group, but it got deleted by Scoop pretty quickly. What I wrote was, all this back and forth of Brody is at fault, Scoop is at fault. Let me break this down for you. If anybody was to sue to get their money back or press criminal charges, you would sue both Brody Trump, aka snickerlove.com, and Scoop208. Why? Here is why. A lawyer will always tell you to go after the party that actually sold the product to you and scammed you firsthand, which is Brody Trump. 2, a lawyer would tell you to also go after the party that advertised the scammer to make customers believe product and service was legit. The only reason why Brody Trump, snickerlove.com, had any business was because Scoop208 advertised for them because he was sponsored by him. And the only reason why Brody Trump sold shoes was because Scoop208 vouched for him, advertised, and promoted Brody Trump's scam for over 2 years. If he did it knowingly, who knows? But all purchases were based on Scoop208 advertising this scammer. An example. People will say, well, you can't sue Scoop. Yes, that's who the people will go at because Brody Trump has vanished. He's a ghost. Scoop208, Sorry, but if people want to sue, they're going after you, bub. Example. A getaway driver of a murder scene, even though did not murder anyone and might not have known anyone was going to be murdered, will also face the same murder charges along with the actual murderer only because the person drove the car to get away from the murder crime scene. Some states will lower the getaway driver to only manslaughter, but the getaway driver, knowingly or not knowingly that a murder was going to happen, is still facing the same charges. Example number 2. The lookout guy. If a lookout guy, or the lookout guy for others committing a petty theft crime, let's say against a gas station, will also face the same charges as the one who's committing the petty theft because they are directly involved in the theft by helping to look out. That is all states. So in essence, Scoop208, he's the lookout. He's the, hey, Brody Trump, he's legit. Buy from him. Think about that. Both parties are responsible for said criminal actions because both had a hand in the scam directly or indirectly. Brody Trump, SneakerLove.com was directly. Scoop208 was indirectly, as far as we know. Hopefully it was indirectly. In most states, the limit to press criminal theft charges is $1,000. Some states is as low as $500 to press criminal charges. So that means that Brody Trump and Scoop208 could both be facing criminal charges for counterfeiting other companies' property rights along with theft if people choose to go that route, if they can't get their money back. Scoop, I think, knows this. I think he's already facing some lawsuits from people because they're going after Scoop208. So Scoop, this is just my assumption. I don't know if this is true, but I think Scoop is selling his sneaker collection because he got busted. Either he directly knew about the scam or he indirectly advertised for Brody Trump, not knowing he was scamming, but he was the reason Brody had any sales. So per the law, you can go after Scoop and sue the hell out of Scoop208 or press criminal charges. So I think Scoop208 is selling his shoe collection because I think he might be facing some lawsuits. Because Brody Trump, the dude's a ghost. He doesn't exist. And that leads me to another topic of nobody's ever seen a picture of Brody Trump. Nobody's ever, talked to him. He's a ghost. So people have asked, is Scoop208, is he Brody Trump? I don't think he is. Some people say he is, but I don't think Scoop is Brody Trump. But Scoop aligns himself with shady businesses, Detroit Kicks, and SneakerLove.com. He has a history of aligning himself, his channel, his brand with scandalous businesses who are out to do no good. And when people like me ask about it, Scoop goes on the offensive and attacks me and tells me to mind my own business. So, I don't want to make an assumption that Scoop is directly involved in this scam. I don't know. I don't know if he was just so blind to 2 years of scamming from Brody Trump. But I know a lot of people like me reached out to Scoop208 over the past year saying, why are you aligning yourself with a scammer who sells fake shoes, does fake pre-orders, and sells a bot that does not work? Why do you keep promoting Sneaker Love? Scoop would always attack us, get defensive, and tell us to mind our own business. Interesting. So that's going to be pretty much the end of this video. I'm sure there's a lot more juice that I can go into with this topic. I mean, if you look on the screen now, I've got pictures and screenshots of communication between Brody Trump and the people he scammed. communication with Scoop208 and subscribers, screenshots, proof. This goes deep. Very, very deep. And once Scoop officially said that he's selling off his collection to pay off all the people that Brody Trump scammed, SneakerLove.com now has changed all their shoes to UAs. So Brody Trump, who's a ghost now, we don't even know where the dude even is, officially has admitted on his website, yeah, I sell fakes. I always did. Did Scoop know about it? He had to have. I knew about it. Hundreds of people knew about it. But it was ignored by Scoop208 for over a year, and it pissed me off. Because I wanted Scoop to break relationship with this freaking website, but the sponsorship dollars, I guess, were too good. And subscribers, my subscribers would hit me up and ask about Brody Trump and Sneaker Love. Are they legit? And I would tell them no. And it was always, well, but Scoop says they are. Scoop, he says Brody Trump's legit, so I have to trust him. I'd say, no, it's a scam. So hopefully, if you're listening to this 20-minute rant about this topic, if you lasted this long, kudos to you. But if you're out there and you got scammed and Brody Trump blocked you, Scoop blocked you, you can't get through anybody. If you got sucked in and you gave payment through Western Union and you can't get your money back, go down to your police station with your evidence of your order and press charges. Maybe then they might help you out. Because this goes deep. 2 years, kind of the deep scam. How many hundreds, maybe thousands of people got ripped off? How many, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars was scammed by selling fakes for 2 years? The whole time Scoop208 defending Brody Trump and telling people like me who wanted to, called him out on it, told me to stay in my lane and mind my own business. Word of advice, all YouTubers, if you've watched this video this long, kudos to you, but YouTubers need to really watch and be careful who we take on as a partnership for our sponsors, because you don't want to become like Scoop208 and align yourself with Detroit Kicks and Sneaker Love. You don't want to align yourself with scamming websites, because that could actually come back to bite you in the ass, and you're liable because you were the promoter, you were the advertiser, you were the voucher for the scam. Maybe unknowingly, but you were. And in a civil court, you can be sued if the person who did the scam becomes a ghost and runs off. So be careful. If anybody's got any questions about this topic, hit me up on Twitter or comments below. I'm sure, a lot of people have questions and I'll try to answer them. I've got lots of documentation of screenshots and pictures and communications between Scoop and subscribers and Brody and subscribers. But this goes deep, and this is really horrible for the community that a major YouTuber that people trusted was somehow linked apart, promoted this scam. Knowingly or unknowingly, we don't know. But hit me up if you want to ask any questions. See what I can do. But stay safe out there. Watch out for scams. Never send payment as Western Union. Don't do it. Always pay with PayPal. Do not send as a PayPal gift. Unless, of course, if it's going to like a family member that you trust. But buying sneakers on the internet, always do PayPal invoice. Don't send gift. No Western Union. Don't get scammed. I'm out.
Run.